everybody. David Moon here, riding ambassador for Irv Sales and Service in Tomahawk. You know, the leaves are starting to change color. The nights are getting a little bit cooler, and that can only mean one thing here in the Northwoods. It's time to start cutting some firewood. So today we got a pretty cool machine here that I've been waiting to get my hands on for quite some time. The Polaris Ranger Extreme Duty 1500. This is a new machine for Polaris about a year ago, and I finally got the opportunity to get my hands on one. We've been Polaris Ranger people growing up since I was, about knee high. So to have this new model from Polaris built specifically even more for extreme work and extreme circumstances is pretty cool. So we're going to put it to work today, hauling a little bit of firewood and getting some chores done around the house for fall. So stay tuned, and we're going to go over some of the cool highlights of this machine. So as we look at the front of this all-new Ranger XD, a couple things we notice right away. Down at the bottom, we got a lot of ground clearance. This machine's got 15 inches of ground clearance thanks to the arched A-arms front and back that this machine has. You'll also notice that this one, being a premium model, doesn't come with a winch, but has all the cutouts for a winch right in the front there. And then lots of room for accessories, again, just because this is a premium model. We don't have the lights that would go in the cutouts on the bumper, but bigger, beefier bumper, all set up and ready to work hard with a plow if you choose to add one to it. Like I say, arched A-arms, really cool. New front grille design, looks mean and tough and a little bit beefier. You'll notice up in the grill here too, we got a new easy to access battery tender port, which is really nice to have so you don't have to dig around even in the cab of the machine like on the XPs. It's just right in front. Obviously you can see LED signature headlights on the unit, which is cool. We got our big Polaris star badge here, which we can add our machine right to our Polaris app that way. Nice big cutout in the front. This machine also is riding on 29-inch tires, 5-bolt hubs, which is really cool, a little bit beefier than the XP models as well. You'll notice as you go up in here front and back as well, our tubing, everything up under here is beefed up a lot heavier duty than an XP model is. Like I said, this machine is definitely built to be a little more heavy duty than the XP models. I'll talk a little bit more about numbers as we get to the back, but obviously our 1500 badging, the new steel drive transmission, which we'll cover in a few minutes, but that transmission is awesome. Polaris definitely hit a home run there. We also have, again, this is the premium model, non-North Star, so we don't have doors or anything like that, but new design down here for the nets, which is cool. So we don't have to worry about catching those with our boots anymore if we don't have a North Star model. A lot more leg room in the cab. I think they said something like 2 inches extra leg room in here, which is awesome compared to an XP. You'll see a lot of the tow haul modes and other modes in here now. We have drive modes because of that new transmission. So we can use our adjuster to tune our drive modes just like we would on the XP, but this gives us a lot more control. Our four-wheel drive and diff unlock buttons and headlight buttons, really easy to get to, really easy to operate with gloves on. Like I say, I've been cutting wood all day, have had to use the tow haul mode a little bit and some of the other ones, so real easy to use, which is awesome. A couple other things that are worth pointing out in the cab here. Different designed and better bolstered seats, which is kind of cool. And then also my personally favorite part of this Ranger is the armrest here, the flip down armrest. So obviously we can flip that up, still have our third seat if we wanted to there, and then flip it down and we still got our 2 cup holders, nice cell phone holder here, and just a nice spot to rest your arms just like you would in your pickup truck. Kind of as we come around inside here, couple things you'll notice is our drive shifter here looks a little bit different. There is no high-low like there is in a traditional Ranger. You just have park, reverse, and drive. And again, that's because of the new steel drive transmission. So that's actually really smooth and easy to operate. So lots of good work there Polaris did. As we kind of move around to the sides here, we'll see a couple other things. Polaris really worked hard, and I don't want to say copied, but you know, used a lot of the good things that the automotive industry has been doing. You've probably seen GM and Ford and a lot of those guys putting these nice box side steps in so it's easier to get into the box. Polaris has done that too, just because it's a bigger box and just a hair deeper than a traditional Ranger. It makes getting, you know, in our case, if we had our chainsaw in there, it makes getting to that a lot easier. So kind of nice there. A couple nice little cup holders built right into the box. This is Polaris's new Lock and Ride Max system. So this is their new lock and ride system that they got with a bunch of accessories that go in there. So be sure to check those out too. Underneath here, I'll give you a couple different shots in a little bit, but is the 1.5 liter 1500cc inline 3-cylinder motor, which this machine is awesome. That motor, that, like I say, that steel drive transmission is a rock star in this unit. As we keep going around to the back here again, you'll see, just like we talked about up front, and you can see we got a load of firewood in this thing already. What you'll see in the back here, we still have our arched A-arms, beefier drive line, beefier different rear end and stuff in it, just meant to haul more and tow more. This thing is rated to tow 3,500 pounds from the hitch and a 1,500 pound payload capacity, so that's a lot of weight you can pull and do with this compared to an XP. Again, just going around the sides, we see our box side steps again on this side. Same thing, here's a little bit better picture of what the nets look like closed. So you can see here, they slide nice, they hook nice, so we still got lots of room in there. All right, so we're back at home with this thing. We got our loaded full of wood. We're gonna get it unloaded, but you know, what are my thoughts on this? So I've had this machine for, a week and a half or so now. Last weekend we did a little trail riding with it. Obviously this weekend we're doing a little bit of wood cutting with it. So what are my thoughts on it? Honestly, I believe this is one of the best machines, off-road machines Polaris has made, hands down. The fit and finish on it is second to none. The ride on it is phenomenal. Even when we were trail riding, we were down by Harrison Hills, and this machine rode really good. It rode really smooth. You don't have the squeaks, the rattles, the bumps that you do with some of the Polaris's other off-road vehicles. As weird as it is to say, it's actually a really good trail riding machine. So that side of it is awesome. Like I said, the motor on this, that steel drive transmission, is just buttery smooth to shift. Works really well, really quiet machine. Obviously we were doing some wood cutting. Towing wise, it's just like driving a pickup truck with a diesel in it. You'd never know you had any weight back there. It just hauls, it goes. So, I mean, overall, like I said, I think Polaris has hit a home run with this machine. If I would equate it to be like a 3/4 ton pickup truck, you know, the XP 1000 is like your traditional half-ton pickup truck that works for a majority of people. But if you're doing anything where you're hauling heavy, you know, you're doing real serious work, you know, farming, ranching, that kind of stuff, this machine is your machine, hands down, no questions asked. I love it. Like I say, the seats are comfy, the drive modes work phenomenal. I have no complaints on this, and I am not just saying that because I'm a Polaris guy. I mean, I honestly feel out of all the side-by-sides I've driven, if I had to pick one to be in my own fleet, this would be the one. Honestly, probably in a North Star, so I had heat and air, but you know, to get in and, you know, just go out and get work done, this unit is a really nice unit. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, but if you got questions, leave them in the comments. Get a hold of Irvs and Tomahawk if you actually want to see these units in person. test drive one. They are a really nice machine. So with that, we'll see you out on the trails.